I am discussing the major themes of American literature. You should read American literature also. There are so many powerful writers in American literature. Morrison, Ralph Ellison, James Baldwin, Mark Twain, William Faulkner, Ernest Hemingway, Herman Melville, John Steinbeck, Edgar Allan Poe, Nathaniel Hawthorne, Henry James, Walt Whitman, F. Scott Fitzgerald, James Fenimore, Henry David Thoreau, Emily Dickinson, Richard Wright, Ralph Waldo Emerson, Walt Whitman, Robert Frost, Emily Dickinson, T.S. Eliot, Ezra Pound. These are some very powerful American writers in English literature. If you see the major themes of American literature, the American dreams, loss of innocence, coming of age, relationship with nature, relationship with science, alienation and isolation, survival of the fittest. American literature reveals the culture and history of the United States America. Six common themes are in American literature. First, good versus evil. Second, love. Third, redemption. Fourth, courage and perseverance. Fifth, coming of age. And sixth, revenge. So these are some powerful themes in American literature. In your syllabus, we are discussing previous Walt Whitman. Walt Whitman 1819 to 1892. Walt Whitman is one of the greatest American poets. He is regarded as an innovator both in the content and the forms of his poetry. His Leaves of Grass 1855 is considered to be America's epic, America's epic. Whitman's poetry captures the essence of life, the sense of unity and harmony governing the universe. For him, a leaf of grass is no less than the journey work of the stars. Uh, this is very powerful work written by Walt Whitman, Leaves of Grass, 1855. He is considered one of the greatest poets of America. America's most influential poets. In 1855, he published the collection Leaves of the Grass. The book is now a landmark in American literature. Uh, about Leaves of Grass, he said, Comrado, this is no book. Who touches this touches a man. If you read this line, Comrado, so he is calling to the people, this is no book. Who touches this touches a man. Democracy is the main theme of Whitman's poetry. If you read the poems of Walt Whitman, you find democracy is the major theme in his poetry. The major themes of Whitman's poetry are union, equality, human dignity, and progress. The best expression of theme of democracy is Lilacs Last in the Dooryard Bloomed. This is a very powerful poem written by Walt Whitman. So this poem is an elegy for Abraham Lincoln. He was a great leader. He was a hero of America and American democracy. The themes of equality and human dignity are aptly applied in the Leaves of Grass. It suggests equality and dignity of the individuals. To Whitman, all are equal. Whitman considers all persons are equal, and that is why he is the poet of body and soul. You see, Whitman is a poet of body and soul. The Spiritual man is not superior to the flesh and blood being. Another theme of Whitman's poetry is progress. Whitman's poetry expresses of faith in future possibilities resulting from a conquest of nature by contemporary science and democratic expansion. He was the first to introduce the theme of labor in poetry. Whitman is a poet of joy and optimism. So if you read Whitman's, he is a poet of optimism, he is a poet of joy, he is one of the greatest poet of America. His best works are very powerful, Leaves of the Grass, and there are so many powerful Song of Myself, and in M.A. Prius you have a Song of Myself, section 6 and section 32, and another poem you should read. There was a child went for crossing Brooklyn ferry, crossing Brooklyn ferry. Oneself I sing on the beach at night when lilacs last in the dooryard bloom. These are some very powerful poems which are uh, in your syllabus, and you should read about the life biography of Walt Whitman. Whitman was born in 1819 and spent his early childhood on Little farm on Long England. He is very powerful poet, and if you see his works also, you should read about the works of also. He had written a novel also, Franklin Fence 1842. He has written short story also, The Hard Breed and Other Stories 1927, and many works also, and the age of Whitman and its influence on him. Perhaps an introduction to the times of American nation during the sojourn of Whitman will be necessary. Scientific advancement were there also. So there was a rapid expansion of the nation with new states and territories and passage to India. American transcendentalism. You should also read this concept, American transcendentalism. William J. Long aptly picturizes the fervent mood of the age, the unrest of the age, the passion of the reform, its determination to win complete spiritual freedom are all epitomized in the philosophical movement known as transcendentalism. The movement began at the time when uh, the whole civilized world was shaken by the American and French revolutions. These two fundamental conceptions, that the individual soul is of supreme importance, and that nature is but the symbol, the garment, the changing expression of one changeless spiritual force colored with something of the hues of heaven, the whole romantic movement in American literature. Transcendentalism came to America by various channels, by the works of Coleridge and Carlyle, and by numerous translations of European and especially of Oriental literature. The last name emphasizes an ideal view of the world. Their teachings were largely accepted by Emerson and the Transcendentalist. Transcendentalism was an earnest reformation of ideal truths, sublime and authoritative. Authoritative, it valued the individual soul. If you read transcendentalism gives the value to the individual soul above all institutions. It sought in nature a divine presence. If you read transcendentalism, you find nature is a divine power. In nature, a divine power, presence, and in religion, a divine companionship. It insisted on culture, reverence, virtue, and simplicity. Its influence on all subsequent thought and literature in this country is beyond measure. Whitman's entrance on the American scene, what was the age of Whitman when he started to write, and faith in mankind, and you should a relationship with the self and soul. Song of Myself you should read also. The stream of consciousness technique you should read this concept also. Stream of consciousness technique. It might almost be said that Whitman is the father of that stream of consciousness technique, which has been so popular in 20th century fiction. His aim was to make his consciousness into that sort of servant by posing it in a certain way as one poses a camera at a certain angle. So Whitman himself said in the preface that an individual confronts the time after he trains his sensibility with the awareness of soul. It would be possible for him to achieve a cosmic vision which relates all time and all space to the individual. So you should read transcendentalism also. You should read also stream of consciousness technique also, and you should read the poems of Walt Whitman and his philosophy, his views, his writings. What is his philosophy? What he wants to convey through his writing? You should also think, and you should make focus of these things also. Uh, I think this is very good to, if you search something hidden about the writing of Walt Whitman, and he is a very powerful poet of America. And thank you.